Here with Jeff Harbach, CEO of Kauffman Fellows here in Jerusalem, Israel. Jeff, very quick and dirty, what is the Kauffman Fellows?
Yeah, so Kauffman Fellows is a global network of venture capitalists and innovation leaders. We're 525 fellows across 42 different countries. We were started out of the Kauffman Foundation, which was based in Kansas City. And the Kauffman Foundation has a primary goal to support entrepreneurs and to support education. And when they launched the Kauffman Fellows program, it was all with an initiative of trying to understand how we better represent the entrepreneurial ecosystems and society as a whole in venture capital. Right. So we launched this program. It's a 2-year program. We take our fellows through a behavioral fitness program, helping them to be better people and to recognize their potential and supporting entrepreneurs.
Right, it's interesting. You said that started in Kansas. You're from Austin. Now, these aren't places that are considered, top tech VCs. You're talking about the
what?
Valley.
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. Tell us how this fits into the wider world of venture capital.
Yeah, well, so what we see is that there are great companies being built anywhere in the world, whether it's in Kansas City or Austin or Johannesburg or Singapore or San Francisco. Capital formation is critical. We know that entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs create jobs. And so what entrepreneurs need is what we call smart connected capital. That means that involves certainly venture capitalists, helping them to think through all the different aspects that it takes to build a company. So when we think about geography, like Austin or Kansas City or anywhere else, we're thinking about where can we surround entrepreneurs with the support system that they need, trusted advisors like Kauffman Fellows to help them build the company they want to build.
And Kauffman doesn't take a cut of any of their deals or anything.
No way. Well, I mean, other than being a venture capitalist and actually investing in the company and getting equity for the company, but no, Kauffman Fellows is an organization. We're a nonprofit. We're here to support entrepreneurs.
Right. This is the first time you've been in Israel, so you've had you get these gatherings every year somewhere else. Tell us about the thought process of coming to Israel. Why Israel?
Yeah, so we do a global summit once a year. We have a 2-year program, and in the 2-year program we do modules and summits. A summit is hosted once a year in an international location. And the way that we do this is usually it's a group of fellows that are in a location that say, hey, we want to bring the fellows to our ecosystem, we want to show them about what's special about us, and we want to help them give back and help us boost our ecosystem. We've never been to the Middle East, we've never been to Israel, we've never been to this region of the world.
But you have fellows from the Middle East and from this region.
Yeah, so we have 13 fellows here in Israel, and so we got that kind of critical mass where they're pounding the table like, hey, we need to come to Israel. And we're like, well, tell us more, why we need to come. And like, well, first of all, it's the second biggest, tech ecosystem in the world. And we're like, well, that makes sense. We do need to be there. You're right. And so we went through a bunch of planning stages, and that's why we came here.
You've been here for a couple of days, Tel Aviv, Jerusalem. You're going to a couple other places in the country. What have you learned so far? What's kind of stood out for you in the couple of days that you've been here?
Well, this probably isn't what you're looking for, but I have to say it, that the food here is just ridiculous amazing. Like, oh my gosh. So I think I want to never leave just for the food. But what we've learned is that I love the feeling of Startup Nation. I love the feeling of directness and grit, and things that we're looking for in entrepreneurs are no fear to fail, no fear of failure, wanting to always, it's a way of learning, which was what Ziv said today.
Ziv from Orcam.
From Orcam and Mobileye. Yeah.
But you know what he also said? He also said that Israelis are really good at startups. We really have a lot of energy and we can fail quick and iterate quick, but we're not good at building bigger companies. Do you think that's a weakness that we should work at, or just like, stay at what you're good at? Stay at building startups.
Yeah, it's an interesting thought. First of all, I don't know that that's the case. I think that he's obviously an example of someone that can build a great company, a big company. I don't believe that just because big companies haven't been built here yet, that there aren't entrepreneurs here that can adapt. There are plenty of cases of entrepreneurs that we've seen throughout the world that have built smaller companies, and they've had to grow, they've had to get coaching, they've had to learn and iterate and adapt. I certainly believe that Israelis have the capability of doing that as well. Right. So I wouldn't necessarily say stick with, kind of focus yourself on we're only going to be a certain stage, and then once the company grows to a certain place, we're out. But I would say that it is healthy for all of us to understand there are certain strengths, and there may be strengths that are more geared towards early stage rather than later stage. I just believe that's a personal thing, not a regional or country thing or cultural thing.
Well, let's talk about the region. So this is a complicated place, right? We have neighbors that are complicated. Like, how can this kind of, the money, the connected funding, the technology, what kind of role can this play here in a very kind of political, ideological, and religious complicated place? Where does technology fit in?
So, Amir, this is something I'm really passionate about. At Kauffman Fellows, I hope you give me a second here. At Kauffman Fellows, we are all about using using technology and innovation to create peace and prosperity through technology and innovation. That's what we do. We support entrepreneurs to drive the future of what's possible. There's too much fear and anxiety and division in the world right now. And I'm not just talking about this region, I'm talking about everywhere in the world. And if we let ourselves stick with that narrative and only think that this is what's possible, then we're not going to continue to progress. The people that progress the future, that continue to dream about what's possible, are the ones that change the future. Those are entrepreneurs. Those are the ones that are pursuing new technologies, new innovations, and they're trying to dream of a world that is better for you and me and our Palestinian neighbors and my neighbors in the US and everywhere else. The role that this plays is that we have to be better. We have to be better and recognize that there is way more that unites us than divides us. There is way more that we have in common with our neighbors than we have that divides on our neighbors. Yes, we have some historical backgrounds. Yes, in all different places in the world, there are things that are different about us.
We okay?